Good morning. Today we have a Top Gear style race for you. I have just left Vienna International Airport. It is 17 minutes past 5 in the morning and the passenger I've just dropped off, I'm due to pick up in Heathrow about 9 o'clock this evening. That's 851 miles. I'll keep you updated. I'll quickly show you the car we have for today's mission. We've got BMW 525 diesel. It's the Estate. It's on an 11 plate, 140,000 kilometers, and I hate the engine with a passion already. But hey, we've got Germany to go. Let's have some fun. So it's currently about 6:30 in the morning. We're north of Vienna. We're about 200 odd kilometers away from Germany. My sat navs are going mad, saying the speed cameras everywhere, and the morning sun is doing my nutting. So we're off to a fantastic start. I've also worked out, due to the traffic near Vienna, I'm just behind schedule. I've got about an hour to make up in Germany. So I've got a feeling the crossing's booked for about 11 and a half hours time. So that means we're going to have a bit of fun on the Autobahns. Should be good. Let's go. Okay, so far we've just got to the Austrian border. Just about to enter Germany. According to the sat-nav, I'm about an hour behind schedule for catching the crossing in Calais. So as soon as we hit a de-restricted sign, we're going to let these ponies gallop. Right then, update. We are just under 1,000 kilometers now away from Calais, 200 south of Nuremberg, and we have made up 15 minutes so far, but traffic is doing my nutting. So many lorries keep pulling out, it's ridiculous. So many. You just get up to speed, 130, and then yeah. So the big challenge I think we're going to have on this journey is fuel consumption, because it is absolutely pissing through fuel, and the brakes. This is a heavy car. We're talking just shy of 2 ton, and it's not an M Sport, it's the SE. So the brakes are not designed to constantly sit and slow down for 130, 140 miles an hour. So let's see how we go on. It may be a case if I make some time up when we back off for a bit when we get halfway up Germany, but we'll see how we go. Right, so update. Currently we are 200 kilometers away from Frankfurt and we've hit traffic. I'm sat at 10 miles an hour and I'm slowly losing the will to live. I've still got about 40 minutes to knock off the sat-nav to have a fighting chance of getting to Calais. We've got enough fuel to get to about north-ish Germany. So hopefully we can fill up about 50k south of Cologne. Other than that, that's as far as we are at the moment. It's against us. Every time you get a bit of a chance to open it up, you sit at 120, 130, great. And then a lorry pulls out. And you get smoke coming off your brakes. And then you get roadworks. And you're sat at 40 miles an hour. And the Germans don't put the lines down straight, so the lorries drive into your lane and then drive across both the lanes. And now we're going down to one lane now. You can't win. There's too many lorries in the day. Don't like daytime driving. Not in Germany, not weekdays. Sundays are good. Lorry drivers sleep on Sundays. And the engine's turned itself off because we've stopped. This is going to be productive. While we're dawdling, I may as well tell you a bit about the car again. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a BMW 525 diesel. It's the Estate, so it's an F11. And ride from the Autobahn, fantastic. Ride in town, dreadful. Problem is, it's got run flat tyres, air suspension, and it just bounces and clashes all over the place. That's the big issue with it. Gearbox, got the 8-speed auto. Perfect. Can't fault it. Put it in auto, blip it up its gears. Perfect. Big issue we do have though is the engine. I think I mentioned this earlier. It's the 4-cylinder jobby. It's strained way too much. So every little ounce of throttle, it's just drinking and drinking the juice. It feels so strained. It will do the pace. It's like a really fit fat bloke. It will do it, but it makes a meal of it. That's the problem. Really is. So if you are going to get a 5 Series, get a 6-cylinder. Ooh, clear. No speed limits. Sport. Let's have some fun. 90. Uphill. 100. To 7th. There's a Skoda. No Skoda. You're not a German whip. Bugger off. That's it. Well, I'm having a fun day. Currently, we are just going past Frankfurt Airport. So that makes us about 190 kilometres south of Cologne. And it is about 1:45 local time. So that still leaves us up against it. So it's going to be tight. Next fuel stop is scheduled for about 150 kilometres. And then I'll assess whether we need to start moving crossings. Currently roads aren't too bad, sat about 110 miles an hour at the moment. So let's see how we get on. So roadworks in North Germany are currently killing me. Sounds like a very depressive sort of day, but you get a no speed limit for about half a kilometre, and then it says, oh, new roadworks, 100 kilometres an hour, 80 kilometres an hour, narrow lanes. Now, people moaned about the fact that the ones on the M1 were ridiculously narrow. You'd crash every 10 minutes. Come and drive here. Come and drive here. If you drive through the roadworks in Germany, you will not fit in the lanes at all. The lorries drive in 2 lanes. Purposely, and everyone's flashing and trying to get out of the way of each other because it's just ridiculous. But oh well, let's see how much clear track we get. Something new to add confusion. There's 3 lanes currently on this stretch of Autobahn, and each lane has its own speed limit. So you got an 80 kilometres an hour, 100 kilometres an hour, and 120 kilometres an hour. So you can guess which lane I'm in. But why? Oh no, they've took 20 kilometres an hour off every single lane. So we've got 180 and a 60. Well done, Germany. Well done. Why can't you have 1 speed limit? The tits are going to swap lane anyway. Okay, so I'm just doing the maths. We're 511 kilometres to go until Calais. We have exactly 4 hours until the gate closes for the crossing. And I'm currently sat at 80 miles an hour. In all fairness, it's not going to work. To do that, realistically, I need to be literally tonning it all the way. Which, if we're still in Germany and they didn't have roadworks, that's very doable. But we've got to cross Belgium. Belgium don't like you going quickly. They have many speed cameras, many radars, and I'm sure they have many Mr. Policemen. I've not met a Belgian Mr. Policeman yet. So far, I've not met a Mr. Policeman today. But realistically, I'm going to be stuck about 80, 85 all the way across Belgium. So this is going to be interesting. I may have to try and move across it. I don't want to, but I may have to. Let's see how we get on. Fuel stopping, probably about 60 kilometres, just over a quarter of a tank. about 130 kilometres south of Cologne, 140. So, come on! Currently 40 kilometres off Cologne. We've had a few good runs, and I'm looking if we can do a splash and dash pit stop and keep the pressure on, we could probably close the gap and make the original crossing. So currently we just sat at 110 again-ish. Traffic's thin. I think we might actually do it. 444 kilometres still to go though. It's a long way. Come on, I can almost smell the shit. 125, 30 to 8th. Why have you got 8 gears, car? It's one thing I can't work out. A lot of modern cars are going the same way, where they have many, many gears. What was wrong with 5? 5 was good. 6 was better. 7 was stupid. 8 is just mental. And Range Rover have now want to put 9 on theirs. My bike had less than that. My bike now actually has less than that. It's 9 gears. Go on, Mr. Van. Over you come. Right then. I'm going to moan about this gearbox some more. Okay. I'll see you this side. We're now in Belgium. We've cleared Germany. Went down the Autobahn 4. Good run. Made a bit of time. However, not enough. I still need to top the tank up this side of the channel. And I'm gagging for a piss. And I'm not going to do it all on the same trip. So sadly, when I next stop shortly for a wee, I'm going to have to log on and nudge my crossing back. Only by about 40 minutes. 40 minutes is enough. Because I can make the extra up. I still have plenty of side either side of the channel because I go back in time and make an hour. So we're still on target to make the collection at Heathrow for about 9:30. Even with lunch. Do with some lunch. It's currently, I'd love to tell you, the sun's too bright. I think it's 3 o'clock. 320 kilometres until Calais. And it's reckoning we're not going to make our current crossing. So, I'm going to keep cracking. I'm going to pull over for a wee shortly. And we'll see if we can move a crossing. If not, we're going to get many, many speeding tickets and nonching it across Brussels shortly. Because I love nonching it through Brussels. Did it in the van. Don't know how we didn't get a ticket, how we didn't get pulled. It sat on the limiter all the way. But, oh well. 16 kilometres until services. Let's see how we keep going. The car's running strong, plenty of juice. And it's nice 17 degrees. Time for an update. It is about 4:10. I've managed to move my crossing back only by an hour, which at the moment, even that's looking difficult. I'm sat queuing to join the ring road around Brussels, and it is notorious for being an absolute arsewipe. I'm going nowhere. The car quite likes to turn itself off. The joys of stop-start. This could be a bare knuckle thrash for finish. We'll see. And I also still want to do a fuel stop. This is gonna be to the wire. But so far I'm done about 40 to the gallon. Considering that's not bad. Keep right, then. Been on the road for about 12 hours, nearly. Going up for 12 hours, 11 and a half hours been on the road. Since leaving Bratislava to go to Vienna for the drop off this morning. It's going well. The ring road, ooh. Ring road's, it's painful, but there's movement. So that's promising. So let's go for sport. Let's have sport throttle everything. Things glow orange when you put it in sport. So let's do some sport. Don't know what's sporting about traffic, but we'll see. some indicating, let's upset some people, let's upset a lorry. Because the English is coming in, now some Belgium in a Corolla's trying to cut me up. I love the Belgian ring road. Now this Latvian wants to come in front, we'll let him because he's got a Beamer.
Towards Sharp for 16 kilometres.
Okay. I'm going to swear at some people. I thought I'd show you my point of view for once. Saves you look at my ugly mug for many, many miles. So currently we're not really going anywhere at all, and it's just carnage. This is the Brussels Ring Road for you. You don't go anywhere. Luckily you don't have to pay to not go anywhere, but it's full of Belgians and they don't like driving properly. And I'm now going to get shouted at, but they cut me up. At least we got fuel. Could be worse. Okay, so we've got a change of plan. Basically the idea was I dropped my dad off over in Vienna and I'd pick him up at Heathrow. I'm currently where he is, in Brussels, so I'm going to go pick him up. So the idea of race for plane has kind of gone down the pan a bit, but still, I think we've had a good run.